Good morning. It's 20 past 10, and already I'm reading comments of pure absolute negativity on Facebook. And we're just going to talk about them. I know I shouldn't have to, but like I said in a Trustpilot reply, that I replied to somebody that was being horrible.
Well, you have to, mate. You look happy on camera, and your tail's waggling. Jesus Christ, mate! You're gonna let out the secret that you're actually a happy dog.
I'm actually just going to stand my ground on this because it's starting to piss me off with the false allegations about myself and Calvin and our dog. It's actually really pissing me off. So I just thought I'm just going to do a live and chat, just so whoever wants to talk SHIT, get it out just now.
Come on, all you Facebook vets and you Facebook dog trainers never trained a dog members.
Just so you know what I'm going on about. There's the post, obviously, Calvin in the garden with the dog. And can I just tell you that Bo's just got a normal collar on now.
Yeah, and look, take this off your neck. Well,
he's got on a Bully Billows collar, as you can see, which is what he had on in the garden. And
he didn't put his e-collar on unless we go out for a walk.
He didn't have his e-collar on at all in that video. So just for the shite talking that's going on about how obviously unhappy Bo is in that video, he's not unhappy at all.
He's the most happiest dog you'd ever
So Tracy had asked a question, just saying she was a bit suspicious about how they managed that, and she would definitely give it a go with her greyhound, but she couldn't leave him for 3 weeks. Understandable. It is hard being away from your dog for 3 weeks. We missed Bo for quite a while, but he's back home now, and we absolutely love that Bo is so much easier to handle. Obviously, there was a reply to that about how difficult it is, but so worth it. Tracy then asked, how do they do it? And then Carolyn obviously liked to pipe up again, like she did on the previous post before, about how we were so cruel and stuff.
Was that the one with the cat for a profile picture?
No, this is the other one. She obviously wants to make out as if me and Calvin are really cruel. So she's then says it's using an electric collar. So she obviously has no understanding to how Bo was trained. She just likes to get her 2 pence in there. And then Sarah says she wouldn't let them anywhere near my dogs. I'm assuming she means the trainers. Never mind, leave them alone with them. Good for you. You don't need to. And you've never ever met the trainers, so to even make judgment and say that they're cruel towards dogs.
They're a family-run business, very successful family-run business.
Completely out of order. You haven't seen their kennels that they run as well, not just training. They've actually got dog facilities, kennels, groomers. They're that busy, I tell you. Can't even get booked in the kennels with them for the next 2 years. So if they were that harsh to animals, why would they be fully booked?
Yeah, why would the police and the army send the dogs out to get trained?
Why would so see your dogs that you get for the police handling dogs? Why would they then go to them as well? Are you going to call the police and tell them that they're cruel to their dogs? No. And then Lindsay then says, you can tell they haven't used positive methods. Look how low Bo's tail is while working. Then when Calvin says sit, Bo immediately turns his head away, licks his lips and shows whale eye. All the signs are stress and anxiety. They maybe got the physical results they wanted, but at what cost?
Come here.
So I'll tell you right now.
Look how go on. He's so unhappy.
He's so unhappy. He actually puts his head between your legs, which he's done since he was a puppy because he loves getting his ears stroked.
He's the most happiest dog in the world.
His tail is actually still right now because Bo doesn't wag his tail that often. He never has. But
he's a happy lad.
I just want to say, for all the Facebook professionals that clearly have a little Jack Russell or something, is very, very easy to train compared to a working breed Doberman that is aggressive towards other animals, that will rip your arm out of your socket to go and chase a deer, a dog, a cat, anything. Try and train him with a wee little treat. Not going to work. The dog, our dog Bo, doesn't even eat treats. And if you want to try positive reinforcement with treats with my working breed Doberman, who is highly aggressive to other dogs, then good luck to you, because you'll end up
I challenge you. If you want to put where your mouth is, I'll do a little bet with you. I'll bet you £10,000 you couldn't. I bet you any money on this world that you couldn't train my dog. Because guess what? He went everywhere. We sent him to about 10 different trainers. He even went to Protection Dogs Worldwide down in York for a whole month. And he was untrained again. This is the best training Bo's ever had. It's not cruel because it doesn't even hurt him, and he doesn't sit there getting zapped all day.
I think people are thinking that you just sit with the collar on and just zap a dog 24/7. You know, since we've come home, I have never had to use the collar. I've put the collar on to walk Bo on a lead, because I can't walk him off lead. I can. They have trained him off lead. I do not have the trust. Do you know how much anxiety that I have walking Bo? Yesterday, there was loads of people going around, and Calva wanted to go to the park with Bo, and I went, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Even though I trust that he's got his collar on, and I have a method there that if he was to try and go for a dog, I can control him. But I do not have the trust that he's not just going to switch like that. So what pisses me off as well, do people not understand that we have actually used positive reinforcement with shitey little treats from dog places? We've used bits of meat. We have used human food to try positive reinforcement with Bo. Oh, sit, good boy, Bo. And for the last going on 4 years, didn't work.
He just basically, the dog Bo just laughed at us and was like, "I'm the boss," and then he would just go absolutely wild.
You cannot train a reactive dog with positive reinforcement dog treats. And now I am no expert in dog training, but would I try and get a German Shepherd that is going absolutely ape crap at somebody and get a wee sausage out and go, "Get my dog back, don't take my arm off"? No, not going to work. Absolutely not going to work. And if you believe that that works, you speak absolute nonsense. Unless you have physically taken my dog for a walk and seen how he reacts, then shut up. Yeah. Because you haven't.
The PH people probably haven't even spent a bean on Bounty. They just wait for something negative. It's like any tiny little glimmer of something that they can turn into a really bad negative, they'll go for it, because they don't like the newest people.
They see Bo on Alive, right? In the house, round people in our house. He's a great dog. With humans, fantastic dog. With children, great dog. But as soon as I step out of my gate and take him for a walk, and he was to see another dog, he stalks everything. He has such a high prey drive, and it doesn't matter what you use, he will try and go for it. Even with his collar on, he stalks. And it's like you see him and he stands, and the hairs on his back goes up, and he starts walking slowly. And if I don't have control of that dog, he will take off and he will take an animal down. So I would rather I'm safe, Bo's safe, Calvin's safe, Kobe's safe, and that anybody else that has a dog is safe, because as soon as my dog was to go for your dog, you would say different, complete different. And I tell you what, while Bo was in training, he tried to go for a beagle while he was off lead being trained, and we were very, very lucky that the trainer was there to control what had happened.
And that's because I hesitated to do anything about it. I didn't press the black button.
And did that guy swear? He did.
He shouted at us and went, "What the effing hell are you doing?"
And within reason, too right, he should have swore. Too right, he would have been angry.
There's every chance if you're not on the ball, he can just turn it. Bo will. He'll go for it if you're not on the ball. And that is the only reason with the e-collar. He doesn't wear it unless he goes out. You know what I mean? And we don't sit there all day zapping the dog. And when you think about zapping, that you could turn it up that high that it would have, but it's not set to that. It's just like a little tingle he feels, and then that's him. He goes, "Oh, not meant to do that," and then that's how he's learned. So, like I say,
and by the way,
call us cruel. You can just do one quite simply. Just don't follow the page if you're going to sit there and call us cruel.
And if you have a Doberman, you will know that Dobermans actually always look like they've got whale eye. Come here, Bo, because he actually has two.
I don't think you can see. I'll move the camera for you.
He has two eyelids. Boski, sit. Sit, boy. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Look. Oh,
The most unhappiest dog. Look at him. He's so unhappy.
he always has. Wait, you're not going to look at the camera, are you? He always looks like he's got whale eye because he's got two eyes. Like, not two eyes, two eyelids,
Yeah.
whereas they come up from the bottom. Morning, everyone. I don't like coming on and having a rant, but I won't have anybody call me cruel. And yeah,
And the dog trainers that trained him certainly aren't that either. They absolutely love dogs.
Yeah.
And that's why we put up a competition for them. He's totally obedient now, Bo, and it's the training that they have given him. And I'm telling you now, we've had people come to the house to try and train him. We've went to meetings with other dogs. Every single other bit of training that Bo's had.
I've had
just did not
Doberman
work.
professionals
Doberman
in as well.
He's been to protection dogs worldwide, and he was good for about 2 weeks, and then I babied him, which I'm not going to do this time. And then these guys are absolutely amazing. Protection Canine Scotland, the methods that they use are amazing. They're not cruel. They look after your dogs. They've got their own boarding kennels, their own groomers. It's Andy, Jim, and his wife are just lovely people. Like, that's what I mean. His own wife is involved with the grooming side.
I feel like, though, like, what do you want us to do with our dog that's highly reactive? Do you want us to just leave him and let it get to the point that he ends up doing it to a child? No, because then that would be absolutely terrifying and upsetting. And yeah, it's not fair on other people walking. It's not fair on Bo. It's not fair on us. So the safest way for him is to have him trained.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the fact, then you're the type of people that probably sit there and say ban all breeds, because there's dogs out there that, like, take it right. Subject that everyone talks about is the XL bully. They are very hard to train dogs. So Protection Canine Scotland, they have specified that they won't take on bully breeds, but a lot of people are very quick to judge with a breed like that. Obviously, there's been a lot in the papers, etc. But it's the same with a Doberman. They have got bad names for them. So
yeah,
why would I not do my best to make sure that my dog is highly trained? You're always best to have your dog trained. Why would you not? Why are stupid people having a problem with this? If more people train their own dogs, there would be less dog attacks, less. Yes, exactly, Susie. If more people trained their dogs, then there would be less problems going on.
All the normal people are on this live now commenting. Like, I can guarantee you, it'll be people that don't even enter with us that they'll find a little glimmer of something that they think they can turn into something really bad. And that's their way of, like, because they don't like me and Leanne for whatever reason. That's their little way.
Here's another thing.
All trolls stick together like shit. You'll see they'll all come out the woodwork when they see a little chance. You know what I mean? So,
but another thing is,
stick together like shit.
Has my Doberman got a full tail and long ears? Answer me that question, because if that was that cruel, I would have them pinned and docked, wouldn't I? So, just putting that out there. I'm not like anyone that literally says that I'm a cruel person for having my dog trained so that he doesn't go and hurt another animal. Then yeah, the problem lies with yourself and not us. I need to train my Chihuahua. He runs across the road to cuddle anyone and everyone. It stresses me out. Yes, exactly.
They would train any dog at all, guys. Obviously, for smaller breeds, I don't even think they would use an e-collar. They would just use a different technique. But for dogs like Bo, you know what I mean? These guys are fully trained professionals. They train police dogs and army dogs and protection dogs. And then these idiots in the comments are saying, "Oh, they don't know what they're doing." That's why they're fully booked for the next God knows how long.
I'll be waiting for another Trustpilot review, not using the real name.
Yeah, Trustpilot can do one, because after this year, I'm not subscribing to it again.
No, I know.
It gives the absolute idiots a platform to voice their unwanted opinion.
What was our invoice for Trustpilot this year? 20-something grand.
Yeah.
For reviews from like 99% of views, 5-star reviews, absolutely amazing. But the reviews from like the little 1-star people that hide behind little false names.
Until you give the real name and they go, "Oh, you don't like to be seen to be a knobhead in public, no." Yeah, you wouldn't say a booter was in the street, you little fanny. But that's just my opinion.
We've now got somebody else asking, hopefully if they hope that they use positive reinforcement training. Look, guys, if you're looking for somebody that's going to get a pack of little treats out and get your dog to sit and give you a paw, then you need to go to puppy classes. If you're looking for a working breed to get sorted out because they're slightly reactive, obviously they don't take on highly reactive and aggressive dogs. You'd have to talk to them.
They actually do to an extent. They had an Alsatian in the
But
other day that was
I think not for the competition. I think
No.
if you needed help with that, you would need to go directly to them to book something specific. But if you have a dog that is highly disobedient, like our dog, who would not go to his bed, who would not listen, who ruled the roost, who was reactive to other dogs, God, what else did you do? You bark, bark, bark all night because you didn't want to go to your kennel. Like now, you know what? I can put Bo to bed without his collar on in his kennel. Sleeps all night. Sound
because he's learned.
sound asleep because he's learned that we're the boss.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking about getting a working breed dog, Doberman specifically, and you don't want to train it, then don't get one. Don't get one.
If we knew what we knew, unfortunately, we probably wouldn't have ever got Bo. I would have went, Jesus, that's a handful.
See, you never caused any offence. It's the other people that are commenting on it that have commented previously and said that we're cruel to our dog, and that we've got obviously a professional there saying that the dog had whale eyes in the garden and all this. I'm just letting you know he didn't have an e-collar on in the garden, and he doesn't have it on full time. He has it on, but we don't explain what training Bo went through, but Bo was highly reactive to other dogs, to the point that while we were training him, he'd went for another dog as well while off lead, and we managed to control him. Now, if I wish I had videos of when me and Calvin were walking, we were in Turriff, and there is a farmer's track, and it's all fenced in. And normally there's nobody there, so we walked Bo up there, always on the lead, because I know you never know what's coming, you never know what's in front of you. And there was a wee little black spaniel with the guy on the lead. Now, usually what I would try and do is take Bo's attention off of the dog, but he stalked it as soon as he seen it. And I'm kneeing him into the side saying, continue, continue, because that was the way we'd normally get him to bypass a dog. And he lunged so hard that I injured my arm. I had a hold of his collar because he's got a handle on the collar. Calvin's got a hold of the dog's neck, basically trying to stop him from getting his dog. And we had to force Bo up the hill. And it took two adults, obviously me and Calvin are not small people, to drag him up the hill away from this dog. Now, if anyone thinks that taking a treat out of my pocket was going to sort that, or a muzzle on him, the muzzle would have protected him from injuring, but would it have stopped him from reacting? No. And anyone that's going to jump on the bandwagon and say things like this, like the training was wrong, blah, 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 I can honestly tell you right now that he is such a happy dog. He can run around the park now with no problems whatsoever. So,
yeah, and the challenge is there for any of these keyboard vets and dog trainers that have never worked with a working breed. Come and see us, and if you can train my dog any other way,
you can train him with a pack of biscuits. Go ahead.
I'll buy the biscuits. I'll buy the pedigree chub, and I'll give you the dog lead, and we'll see how well you get on when he goes out the gate. I can guarantee he'll take you for a walk, and you won't know what's hit you.
He will.
But there we go. Again, having to explain ourselves because people calling us cruel and this, that, and the other. I can't remember who said it because there's that many people.
Mr. Englishman says, I have two Dobermans dogs back in the late 80s. You get them one of two ways, soft as shit like mine, or you get them quite aggressive, and that's a fact. It is, unfortunately, there has been a couple of Bo's siblings that have been aggressive since day one, and unfortunately for them, they're no longer with their owners that they were with. But yeah, it's
that's the way it goes.
Katie says if the dog wasn't trained in attack another dog or person, it would be put to sleep. You can't win sometimes with some folk. Exactly. Do I want my dog to be put to sleep?
No,
absolutely not. He's a brilliant dog. Do I want to be able to walk my dog safely? Yes, I do.
Do we want Bo to stay with us? Because that was his last chance. If he didn't change as a dog, I'm sorry, but we were contemplating maybe having to get rid of Puwaboski because he was too much hard work. As much as we loved him, well, I still do love him. As much as we loved him when he was bouncing around and being an absolute nightmare, we just didn't want to get rid of him. So that was his last chance. And guess what? It's completely changed that dog's life, that training he's had. And it's changed our life because we can now do all the good things that we always wanted to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there we go. And is it cruel?
Claire, you're so right.
No.
If there were bad using dogs, I don't think they would have a business. Exactly. These people will have so much what's the training experience. They'll be vetted by people. They're
You
not
have to
just
have certificates and have to do it.
yeah. Valerie says, having had 2 Dobermans, I totally agree with tough training. They're highly intelligent dogs and like to be alpha in the house. That's so
They
true.
do. But
I
Paul
had-
ruled the roost, I swear to God.
I had constantly to check them, otherwise they're taken over. If you want a cuddle pup, get a Lhasa.
Yes.
So true.
Honestly, Valerie, couldn't agree more. Bo was the king of the house. I'm not joking. It was my fault because I babied him. I let him sleep in our bed, and before you knew it, he was the boss of the house. There was no telling him.
Dobermans are that clever that if you do not keep up with telling him what to do and be the alpha in the house, he will quickly try and do his own thing. Like yesterday, we were just letting him be willy-nilly Bo as normal in this house, and then I said bed, and he just sort of looked at me as if to say, I don't think so. And I was like, bed. And he was like, no. And I had to walk him to his bed to put him to his bed. And then he tried to get off the bed. I had to walk back to the bed. And I'm like, bed.
And that's him trying to take over because he didn't have the collar on. So he knew that he could take his chance.
As soon as I walked him twice, he realised she's not putting up my crap and she's the boss. Bo is that clever that he will react more with Calvin while Calvin's got the lead than he will with me because he knows I won't take no crap. If you have one that is a bit aggressive, you have to keep them on a lead. I have a Staffy now and she can never be let off a lead if she won't at any dog. We don't even take her to public. That's like us. That is completely like us as well. We will not take so. We were going to walk across a bridge yesterday, and there was people coming back across the other side of the bridge. Now I had to stop, and I says I'm not going across the bridge because it's too small of a place that if he kicks off, that's me. Like so, and then we went into like a forest, and there was a guy, and I could instantly tell his dog was off the lead and had no recall because he was down on the ground going, come on, come back. And I was like, I'm not walking up there because that dog's got no recall. And if we end up going up there and that dog runs up to him, I don't know what he's going to do. Training a dog is like training your child to do what you ask it to do for commands. As they said, don't do anything in first 8 weeks. You don't want them to do the rest of his life. That's true. Did Calvin go to the same trainer, Leanne, so he knows you're the boss too?
Everybody's been asking us, do they not do husband training? Sorry, I'm sitting so far away of my roller chairs. We're in a makeshift office just now in the house.
But you know what? The competition has went so well.
Yeah, because everybody knows that they're good
There's
people,
so many people,
they're good trainers.
Yeah, and there's so many people that have dogs like us that have work and breed dogs or really hard dogs that are just impossible to train, that they've probably tried absolutely everything with. They don't want to give up on the dog. And you know what? The stick from these people that are so-called professionals on Facebook, they don't even work with animals probably, but the people that are just putting their nose in and trying to call people cruel, etc., and put two professional trainers, might I add, if you go and look at them, they've been training dogs a very, very, very long time. High, like them, powerful breed dogs, working dogs, not just a little. You know, we had a miniature Yorkie.
Yeah,
did I train Lola?
No. She just done what she wanted. Bless her.
Done what she wanted in this house.
Bless her. Lola's little urns down there next to you. I miss her every day.
And you know what? If anybody is going to talk crap about them, go and say it to their face, because I highly doubt you'd ever say that to them.
Katie says, I've got 2 dachshunds and they're a nightmare for behaving. Do you know what? My nephew's got a dachshund and he's... I'll go out, yeah.
But honestly, guys, the competition's gone that well, but I think it's going to be the only competition that I do, because I will not stand for people talking absolute nonsense about ourselves, about Bo, about his e-collar or anything like that. Put yourself in my shoes, come and take Bo for a whole week and you try and train him before you say anything, because Bo is almost 4 years old. We know a lot about Dobermans in the 4 years that we've had Bo, and I could tell you right now, this whole positive reinforcement with a wee treat in your hand will not wash with my dog. I've got since I don't want to say that word out, Alison, just in case Facebook's a bit funny. She had a pup. She can't stand any dogs coming near her, and I've tried everything to stop her. I've 4 cockatoos. Oh, cute. I had a West Highland Terrier and bit a child because I did put it to training school and had to put my dog down. Bring up the dog training schools. They do give animals second chance of life. I have a Cavapuchon who only knows he's called Henry when there's food involved. Another time, who's dog has to know who's boss. Exactly. In our household, it's me that's the boss. I actually don't even know where he is right now. I hope I hope he has that gate shut, because the dog is outside. He has, oh my God. Oh, are you in here? Oh my God. God, my heart was going there. I was like, oh no. See, that would be a problem. He would not come back, and he ain't got any collar on right now. He's literally, where are you going? Because that door is open. Come here. Daddy's left the bloody back door open, and the gate is open to the main street. Come here. Right. I am going to head off. But if anyone is going to comment negativity on that post, I'm just going to have to ban you from bounty competitions. And I don't care what they write on Facebook. At the end of the day, if you don't agree with something, just don't comment on it. You don't know a situation of somebody, why they need training for their dog. So yes, if everyone could just put that to bed. As I say, this competition has went absolutely brilliantly, but it will be the last competition that I do on it, because I'm sick of having to explain about my own dog and the breed of my dog, etc. Bo, come here. See, he's now trying to tell me who's boss by not listening. Right, love yous and leave yous. I'll be back very, very soon.